Order submitted. Order canceled. Order filled.
Hmm.
Target filled.
Okay, I'm not sure if we got anybody at the moment in the chat. No one in the chat at the moment. I did finish early. I had some. We had a family member come round to visit, so I did say I'd come back. Now I'm not sure about this. We've had a bit of a break. I'm just got mixed feelings about that channel, how it looks, but I kind of like that. We've had a break. Where did I? So we've had it's hard to say, so I'm not sure about this. But what I'll say, we've had a couple of legs down here. It is a channel. We've had a break and a new low, so we do seem to be pushing up. And there was a failure I took there. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I just wanted to get a little piece of it, and I just managed to get a quick point scalp. It's sort of, I thought it was a failure actually. In fact, it is a oh no, tell a lie because of that. It's actually just a higher low. So let's just pop a higher low in there. So okay, beautiful. So just a quick point scalp. It does look like it's going up there. We've had a touch here, touch there. So touch, and a break and a new low. So it almost looks like a failure actually, but because of that bar there, there's a new low. So it's just a higher low in all fairness. Now that did come down close, but it didn't take out the stop, which is good news. Luckily I was out before then anyway, so but it is holding there and it's continuing up by the looks of things. So see how we get on. So depending on what we got this, it could be 2 legs down and another leg up, or we could push up, have a break and have a wider channel. I don't know, but if you look on the daily, it could go a lot further. So I'm just unsure about that. It's hard to say there. I like the fact that in this bigger channel it works, and it also in this smaller channel it hasn't gone up right to those highs. So let's see how we get on anyway. So no one in the chat working okay, is it? There's no comments. Normally I trade earlier, but I just decided to pop back for another hour or so just to make out what I lost. Okay, so that's continue. My concern, we're going to have a leg and a leg, but there is two legs within there, so it's just, I don't know, it's just a very thin channel. I'd like to see a break and get something a little bit wider. Let's just reload my historic. So maybe that is just a break from this bigger channel and moving up to the highs. I'll be surprised if it goes up to the highs in that thin channel. I'd like to see a break at some point, maybe somewhere up here. Is anybody out there? Is the chat working? Just somebody can type anything, just a number or something. Number 1, if it's working. It's all right. It's unusual to have no comments. It is unusual for me to come back at this time. I'm using. Oh yeah. Excellent test. Okay, excellent. Yeah, brilliant. Okay. I did my train early, but we had a family member come round, so I had to cut it early. So I thought I'd have my dinner and come back. So excellent test. S2G, arm and ass, JT, excellent. Okay, yeah, usually I trade 9:30 Eastern time up to about 5:30, but we had a visitor come around about 4:15, about 4:15 UK time, which was about 11:15. So I thought I'd come back. I don't like to miss my day. It's rare I miss any trading. So I did take that just for a point scalp. Wasn't moving up in a hurry. We had this channel down there, break new high, break new low. Sorry, it looked like two legs. So I don't know how you've got your channel, but that's you can clearly see it's touch a bunch of times there, touch there. So I kind of like that, and it's definitely a two-tiered channel. But initially I had it like that, and we seem to have a break, an overshoot. And a lot of times, as we know, overshoots can result in reversal, or at least back to this side channel, but it kept going up and up and up. So I, obviously, as I saw it hitting these 3 points there, it's fitting nice there. So it visually looks okay. So we've sort of, I don't know, we're losing a little bit of momentum in. We've had a couple of drops down. So it looks like 2 legs, leg and then a leg down here. We've had a break of this channel as well. And we do seem to be working up slowly, so I saw that. I thought it was a failure initially. Technically, it's not because of this bar there. There's a new low, so it's just a higher low, really. But we seem to go a bit sideways, and we usually do come back sideways to the EMA and then take off again. So as we came back sideways, it triggered that short. Excuse me. So it was a second entry short, and I thought maybe if people have got this channel a bit wider, they may be looking for a new low. So I put my order 1 tick above this and took that on the engulfing and just got a point out of it. I didn't want to be greedy because it's going up slow, and when the market's slow like this, I hate being nothing worse than being stuck in a trade for 5 minutes. Is a hey Speedy, how you doing, bud? I'm an ass today. I passed 2 evaluations. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Congratulations. My goal is to keep them for 6 months. I'd say your goal should be keep them for as long as you can, mate. 6 years sounds much better. Excuse me a sec. Excuse me. Yeah, just taking my day. That's what I tend to do now. Before I trade, I get to the charts about 20 minutes early, and I have just a little book, and I write down, just a little notebook, and I write down my plan for the day. What I do, what if I do, if I get a couple of losses, blah, blah, blah. Just have a rough plan. I mean, most of the time it says the same thing, but it just gets me into that frame of mind. But since I've reduced my risks from 2-to-1 contract, the difference in the stress is night and day, and I'm less likely to do something stupid. So since I decided, because I've had multiple PAs before, but the trouble is people try and get PA after PA and they'll try and get up to 10 or 20. And I think it's too quick, because if you lose 20, that's pretty hard to recover from. So I think really before you start moving, trying to pick up, 20 PAs, I think you need to get at least maybe 1 or 2 of them working and paying first. Because for me, it's like evaluations. I only ever did 1 evaluation until I started to get a PA, because I don't see the point in getting 10 evaluations. And if you're still blowing trades, you blow 1, you blow 10. So for me at the moment, I've got another PA going live tomorrow. I'm just keeping the 2, trading 1 contract and build the account. So as their account builds up to maybe 5,000 to 7,000 before I start thinking about taking a wage from them and then building some more up. But the good thing about that, if you reduce your risk, what it does is it takes away that stress levels, or drops that stress levels, and then you can rely on your skills then. And then if you manage to go for 4 months or whatever, and you've got a lovely, nice, steady consistency equity curve, so some nice consistency, not only are you building money up slowly, but you're sort of giving yourself stability there and confidence and belief. Like, hold on a minute, I can do this. I've traded for the last 3 to 4 months and I've built an account up lovely. So I think sometimes it's good to go back to the drawing board and come back to earth a bit. Walk before you can run, sort of thing. Stop Hunter, how you doing, bud? So far so good. I've traded for a month now, and I'm up to $1,700. Yeah, just under $1,750. Excuse me, in a month and a day. So that on 1 contract, that's pretty respectable. So the plan is to do it for another couple of months or so, 3 months, 4 months maybe, and get both up till, I think if you can get the accounts up to say 7,000, you can give yourself a wage, trade for the next month, give yourself a wage. That way, hopefully, you always keep $5,000 in there, which trading on 1 contract is a nice, comfortable buffer. So, what time is it now? 6 o'clock. So it's 1 o'clock US time. So I'm assuming it's lunch, isn't it? I'm just going on how slow this thing's going up. So that would have gone for plenty more. What I'm pleased about is both trades I took today. That one there, the higher low, comfortably went up for plenty of points. Although I lost my bottle of it on that one, and that one as well. I got in 1 tick above there, so that's gone up to 2.75 points so far. As long as that's above 2 points, as far as I'm concerned, it was a good entry. Actually, it's gone up to 3 points. So that's good enough for me. And there's no hint it's going to come back. It's above this level. There is some resistance still on there, some support across there. You can see it there. 1, 2, 3 places there. So there is a bit there. We've held twice there, but we've pushed above. So that's okay for me. So that's working fine. It did work fine. I had my reservations initially. I had it like this, but then when we sort of came back a bit, I dragged it out a little. But initially, I had it like that. I think that looks fine. I've got no problems with that. Easy enough to read, touch it in all the right places. So breakfast. What am I missing, bud? What am I missing? You can't just type breakfast. What am I missing? You're making me hungry. I've only finished my dinner. You got me thinking about breakfast. Fettuccine for tea. Oh, I like fettuccine. Nice bit of red wine in there, a bit of garlic, some minced beef, some tomatoes. Happy days. So, how are you getting on, Speedy lad? How are you getting on? Okay, so that went plenty anyway. Comfortable. As far as I'm concerned, if they get up to 3 points, where did I take it? One tick above there. That bar, I took it one tick above there as an engulfing. So, yeah, as long as you get 3 points, that's good enough for me. Tess, are you a new face? Tess. Have we spoke before? Are you a guy or are you a gal? Are you a lady, Tess? Trouble is, sometimes you don't know whether I'm an ass. I'm guessing he's a guy, judging by the picture. But sometimes we had someone a couple of weeks ago with a lady's name, and he was a guy. So it's from Spain, I think. So you never quite know. But Tess in the UK is a lady's name. Well, short for Tessa or Vanessa or something like that. Right? Okay, so that's not slowing down at the moment. I would like to see a break of that before we hit these new highs, because I'd like to see a wider channel. Maybe something in the lines of that, which actually kind of fits. So I have a feeling this may be a break. So let's wait and see. Maybe not. We'll see. I don't like it when it just goes up like that. It doesn't often go that long before it has a break. Something like that type of width, really. Thank you for streaming this extra. It's all right, mate. You're welcome. To be honest with you, I don't like missing time. So I wanted to come back. It's good for me streaming as well. It just helps keep me on the straight and narrow, so to speak. I think it really matters. I think that's irrelevant now. Okie dokie. I hate it when it goes slow. I'm assuming when's lunch? I don't know. What time you guys have lunch in the US? It's got to be lunch, surely. Is it like 12:30 to 1:30? Market. When's the market close? About 3:30. So it's probably going to be early, isn't it? 12:30 to 1 o'clock, maybe 12:30 to 1:30. I don't know. 12 to 1. Okay, so it's 1 now, isn't it? So hopefully, excuse me, we should get a little bit more volume soon, because this is bloody boring, isn't it? I would like to see a break. What I will say is, I know it's only fine, but sometimes details make the difference. So touch there, close enough there, touch there, come a little bit further away there. I think this is the time where we're going to have a break. Let's see. I do. Okay, come on down. God, this is slow. Do something. Come on. Move. Okay, come on down. It's been such a strong market today. We had to have some kind of correction. It does look like a leg and a leg. Often after these two legs, I like to go for the higher low, but the way that was set, and I couldn't do it, which is why I went for the next best thing, which engulfed those few bars there. So I got out luckily before that came down, but as soon as that came down, I'd have been severely concerned. Fortunately, it didn't hit me stop. So I think sometimes that's a sign of there's other traders in there. I suppose the more stops you got there, the better. But it was sort of, it did look like a failure, didn't it? I like the way it triggered that short anyway. Went sideways, triggered the short, and then pushed up. Doesn't look like it's slowing down. I'm just wondering if some more volume's coming and it's starting to move a little bit quicker. That's just, that could be a leg. When we had that little quick pullback, strong pullback, let's give that one as well. So maybe we get a correction then. Let's see. Okay, we do. It does seem to be getting a little bit more movement here. So that's a good sign. I think guys will be back from lunch. Mind you, what do they do? Work from sort of 9:30 to 3:30, don't they? So it's about 6 hours. 9:30 to 3:30. 6 hours, an hour off for dinner, 5 hours. Maybe a bit later than that. I don't know. See, when I first got into trading, I heard people saying, yeah, you'd be working 12, 14-hour days. Going to be further from the truth. 12, 14 hours, that's like 3-4 days to me. So. Okay, so I'd expect to hit that measured leg. It looks like a measured leg. Let's take it up a tick. Push up like that. And in all fairness, that made it a bit clearer there. So leg. And then that quick pullback, which tells me quite likely the start of another leg. Fits nice at the top. So if we can hit that, or close to it, it's close enough, I think, get a correction. And then maybe another leg up. So by the looks of things, I think it's likely we're going to break these highs today. I'd have preferred that to go up a little bit steeper to get a... because if we get sort of like a correction, it's going to be at that angle, which is still okay actually, in all fairness. Let's see. reduce that a bit. So, okay, we're definitely getting some volume in now. No argument there. Okay, so we're a tick off there. That's good enough as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so I expect a correction now, or a bit of sideways, one of the two. And I think that's fair to say it's likely going to be it. Okay, close enough. One tick off. Okay, let's have what I just want to be careful of. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what happens here. I mean, we've been touching the top here, and then we came away a little bit there, and the same there. So that tells me it's losing that bit of momentum. So I like a correction. It's quite a thin channel to go a long distance. I'd like something like this. That would get us close to those highs. Yeah, not far away. A couple of points, maybe point and three quarters. Let's have a look. Just need it to hold here. Maybe high or low. Second entry long. I don't know. Maybe it's not going to. Maybe it's going to come down. I'd definitely like to see a wider channel. So that's a possibility. The only reason I'm putting that there is because actually it fits kind of nice at the tops as well. So we'll see. Probably get another leg down, or it may push up for me. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. That's only a possibility at the moment. Okay, good sign. It's sat right exactly where I've drawn that channel, so that's a good sign. I'm looking for a higher low now. What I don't want to do is get trapped. I've come down for another leg. So it's exactly where I wanted it to sit. Nice and bullish, good sign that. I mean, it may take off from there, but unfortunately it's only going to be a first entry. And as tempting as it is, I just can't take it. So it's just gonna have to. And it's giving all the right signals, but you never know. It's holding. See if this holds in, pushes up. That bar hasn't triggered, so we'll see. Could be a leg and a leg, see, which is why I stayed out of that. It didn't trigger anyway, so let's just see if it come further down. It could be, yeah. I mean, I put that leg there just as a sort of rough guesstimate, if you like. But it might hold. I like the way the top's fitting, so we'll see. I mean, it didn't trigger anyway, so that's something. There's a higher low there. Could be a trap. We'll see. What I'd like to see is one or both of these trigger and then see what happens, because it could just trap you and then drop. So I'm going to stay out of this. In all fairness, the higher low I wanted would have been a bit further up here. But we have got 1, 2, 3, 3 bars now, not including that one, that's holding on the line. It's a touch of here, touch there, and here. So that's a good sign. We'll see. But yeah, I am concerned about that leg down, which is why I'm not just going above this bar. Okay, it's still held. So we'll see. Could do anything here. 1 minute's looking like it's going up. I mean, it's holding. That's a good sign. But in a split second, it could turn. And if it gets below here or here either, well, probably there, certainly, I'd say we're going to have another leg down. I mean, I'm still finishing, but I'm still thinking bullish at the moment. It's been a bullish day. At some point, we had to have a decent break, because it's just been up and up and up and up. And when you think it can't go any higher, it goes higher. At some point, we've got to have a correction. And the fact that we're grinding up against slow, I think it's a good sign. But it's holding 1, 2, 3 times. I'm just going to get rid of that for a second. So we're touching here, bottom. So far so good. As long as we can stay above this bar here and end up sat above the bottom of the trend channel, I think we're okay. There's nowhere to get trapped there, though. I was hoping we'd get a short, maybe a lower high that we could trigger and hopefully stop out. Should give us, so it's 3 times there. 1, 2, 3, 4 times there now. It's holding. So that's a good sign. But we could also have a leg down, a possible first entry, a possible second entry short to go lower. That's a possibility. In fact, this could be like a bit of a bear flag. So we'll see. So that could go short, actually. Leg down, one couple of attempts to go higher and down again. We'll see. Could go either way. It has triggered that one now. That's what I wanted it to do, just to see if it holds. Because if we're going to have a leg down, another leg down, that will be a bar to stop out. See, after that leg, if we can continue up, then there's obviously a good chance of getting another leg, which is up here somewhere. So maybe a failure, we'll see. Just don't want to get trapped going along here if this is just a bit of a fail breakout and we come back in. Trouble is, when you've had such a bullish day, you just keep having it in your mind it's going to turn at some point, or it could do. So every time, you know, we get another bullish signal bar, you tend to sort of get a bit worried. Damn it, is this, you know, are we on our way down? Am I getting trapped? Eamon, how you doing, bud? We spoke yesterday, didn't we? You're from, remind me, off the coast of North Africa. No, North Africa, aren't we? Morocco. There we go. I remembered. I like to know where people are from. It just makes life a bit more interesting, doesn't it? Because everyone seems to be from places a lot more glamorous than we're from the UK. So, leg down, possible second entry short, could come down, make a leg. Having said that, what I will say is if that finishes bearish and it triggers and starts to push up, I'll be considering putting my buy order one tick above there. So I'm hoping it finishes bearish enough to trap some shorts. It might not. Come on, get down a bit. No, it's not going to. Okay, so I am thinking at the moment, I think now we'll likely get up. I would like a failure, but I'd like a failure. Trapping a short, it just gives it that little bit more momentum. So leg down, still at the moment, 2 legs up. I'd like to get a bearish bar and then drop below, push up and trap it. Excuse me a sec. Sorry about that. 15-year-old daughter and wife arguing again. Okay, leg up there. Let's have that. Okay, so unfortunately no real entry there. You may have took that one, but it is only a first entry really, although it was off where I'd drawn it and it did seem like it was holding. So I thought there was a good chance. I'd like to get maybe a retest of this somehow. Just checking there. There is a little bit of resistance there, which I mentioned earlier a bunch of times. It did manage to push up there, so but it stopped there. Let's see what happens. No, I'm off at the wrong line. I hate it when it's at this move. Move. I want to select this black line, but the flipping price is on it. Oh, come on, there we go. Oh. There we go. Okay, there is a little bit there. You can see it's support resistance along there. So far, okay. Okay, so we've got to come back here. Trouble is, it's such a strong market. It's just gone. But that's a leg up. I think there's a fair chance of getting another leg up. Which will take us up to this level here. Perfect. So I think there's a good chance of getting to that. I really do. Unfortunately, my concern is we don't get an entry. Come back for us. Come on. Come on. So relatively strong push up there. So you could see it was holding on that liner marked. Unfortunately, that was an inside bar. That was just too risky, as in the first touch, because it could have trapped it and come down for another leg. It is frustrating when it just goes bar after bar and doesn't give you an opportunity. But what can you do? Sometimes it does that. Other times you'll come back, get a nice bar, and you'll catch it. But well, it is what it is. Okay, right up to the top, perfect. So touch, 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 touch a bunch of times there, touch there. So I'm happy that that is a channel. Now we're at the top now. I have a horrible feeling it's just going to keep travelling up, but I want it to come back, give us an opportunity. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Be nice to come back and bounce off that bit of support there. And that trend channel, hopefully by then that EMA will get a bit closer. But around there would be superb. Come back down for us, come on. Do you know, Armanas, I think every time you get a new PA account, I think you just get better and better and holding it, don't you? I know every sort of one I've got, they just last that little bit longer and a little bit longer. It's a journey, it's a trip, isn't it? You can't just all of a sudden, be trading and all of a sudden pick up 20 PA accounts and that's it. You're off and running and you never look back. It's a rocky road to the top, isn't it? But I've had about $10,000 in payments this year, which isn't a lot. I could have had maybe about another 6,000, but I decided to sort of wait and try and build it. But initially, when you get your first accounts, even though it's $2,600, you think sod the account. I want the money. Give me the money. And then the trouble is, you're left with about $500 of drawdown left. In all fairness, I know a couple of times I've gone, well, that ain't going to last, so I might as well just take a risk and just see if I can't, get a bit lucky and get it up to $1,000 where I've got half a chance. And then after a while, you've taken a few, you realise, you can't just keep doing a PA, keeping it for a month, withdrawing and then sacking it, because you're never really going to make much money. But like I say, you can't just go from one PA account straight up to 20. It takes time. You'll continue to blow a bunch, but I believe, my attitude now is if I don't like a trade, I don't take it. Whereas I couldn't help but jump in before. But I've got to the stage where I've got no issues with leaving a trade. If I'm not happy with it, I'll leave it. And that way you get a good win percentage and your confidence level stays high. Once you start taking risks, you almost self-destruct. You get angry. I used to get so angry with myself. I start the day with all good intentions and then I take trades that I had in the back of my head saying I don't like this, and I still take them. Whereas now, my decision making process is relatively quick. Something doesn't seem right, I leave it. Simple as. And so far it works well. And it takes time to get to the level where you're confident and you feel like you're on your way. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, bud? But how was your day? You're not too bad, mate. Not too bad. I took that one trade earlier. Really ballsy of me that I managed to take that right the way up for 2 ticks. As you know, so I lost me. Well, to be fair, I had this feeling going into there, and rightly so. It is a bit risky, isn't it? I don't know whether Mac will mark that one, but there you go. But I kind of liked it, the fact that it come back to the EMA, pushed up, and it was itching higher, and I knew there was likely to be some stops there. So once it got above there, obviously you can see that it picked up, but I lost my confidence a bit. The cowardice in me came out, but it'd been such a bullish day that was, I think, pretty much there was a fair chance. If you look at it now, it just looks like it's going to have a second leg, doesn't it? And then I got in this one not long after I started back, but it was going really slow. Now we went up. We had, whether you have this there or there, it's irrelevant. We had a break and a new low. So I'm thinking push up again. And it started to go and it went slow and I took that one, which worked. But I didn't want to be greedy. Just at the top, so I was happy getting out. But obviously it's continued on up. So it's not been too bad. I'm up a grand total of $75 on the one account. I've got another one coming on board tomorrow. But at the end of the day, it's growth, isn't it? Some days it's slow. Some days it's a little bit, it's a little bit more. But although it's been a really bullish day, there really hasn't been a huge amount of setups. I'm pretty sure Matt's going to find about 20. But there you go. Obviously, it's a lot easier to mark. Okay, see that one there, high or low. Can't see how Matt could trade that because you're going into the highs. High or low there. I left it. I can't remember why. Where was it there? A little bit too far. I don't know. We continued on up anyway, so I don't know. You can't take that one. You're into highs. Leg back. He may mark that one, but if you look left, we're clearly going sideways. So is it a good trade? I don't know. I was surprised he only marked about 5 yesterday. But there's not a huge amount of trades, to be honest with you. See, that one looked like a failure. Actually, it wasn't because of this bar there, but it was close enough. It trapped some shorts there after that, so I didn't mind taking that. But failing that, there's not really huge amounts of trades today, really. But have you got on, mate? You got any green today? I don't mind. I'm up $75 at the end of the day. It's, the account's going up. It's going up a bit slow at the moment, but it's aiming in the right direction, which is the main thing. As I say, I've got another one starting tomorrow, so I wanted to get 2 up. So at least then, if you can get them up to a nice, comfortable level with a decent sized cushion, you can withdraw $2,000 from each, and $2,000 a month is a livable wage, isn't it? And then I can, slowly grow some more alongside. But I think I've hit the level now where I've thought I can't just, I can't get the $2,600 and withdraw, because you need to get a decent buffer. And a cushion to fall back on, and if you do, second entry long, which one you on about? Oh, down here. Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? I'll be interested in that. We got a leg up. See, it came down there, pushed up, bullish. The trouble is, while it's this bullish at the moment, it may just continue on up. But it would be nice, actually, to drop below here and sit right on top of there. That would be nice. But who knows? Trouble is, if you sit and do nothing, it'll rocket up. The second you buy, down it'll come. It is struggling. See, what I've noticed a lot of times when it's pushing up and up and up and up and up, and it's not really getting anywhere, as that time starts to tick down, when we get down lower, it then tends to drop. So let's see what it's doing. It's been pushing up and up and up and up. Let's see if last minute it comes down. Come on. Don't prove me wrong. Also fell second entry short. See, I'm not sure whether I count that one. I mean, it might work. Just not a massive fan. I tend to. It is, but it's not a very good one in all fairness, and the bars ended a bit neutral, to be honest with you. But see what I mean? It goes up and up and up. Like it always teases you, and then. But I can see another leg down here. I can. It's gone a bit sideways there, so I'd like to see another leg down. That's it. Come on. It could be a textbook, nice textbook trade there. Come on, come down. You don't get many real textbook trades at the moment. Anybody else notice that? You know, those textbook second entries. You don't get many at the moment. So leg down. I like the way it's come right off the top. That's a good sign. When it comes straight down, I hate those. They concern me. But when it does that, that's a good sign. So far, so good. So what we'd like is to finish about there, drop below a little bit, push up, and then sit right on top of there, right where that number is. That would be beautiful. So keep your fingers and toes crossed. Osam, how you doing, bud? Looks like the trend played out, isn't it? Who knows? Yeah, well, don't say that, mate. I've gone for a bigger one there, and I like the way it's touched, touch. Why'd you have to come and spoil it? Let's see how that finishes anyway. You've ruined it, Osam. We were all excited then, thinking second entry long, and you've ruined it. Go and stand in the corner. Let's see what happens. Osam's ruined it, everyone. Sorry about that. Osam's just spoiled it for everybody. We were all excited then. Let's try and prove him wrong. Hold. Hold. You're a bad lad today. You've just ruined it for us. Okay, so I'll take that. It's close. Prove me wrong. Trouble is, we can't take it now because we're going to make right tits of ourselves if it doesn't work. I will say it is a nice 2 legs back. If it holds, what I'd like it to do was to just get above this bit of support. See, I like it, and I'll tell you why. Because we've touched here, we've touched here, and we've touched here at the top. And we've touched here a few times, here a couple of times. So I kind of like it. See, we've had this, we've had a break new low. Now we've got a leg up. I do think we're going to get another leg up, but who knows? I think we'll know how the bar finishes. But it is a kind of a textbook 2 legs back. In fact, if you think that, if you're concerned with that, just wait for the higher low. There's plenty of height. If it does continue up, it's going to go for these levels here. So, yeah, sometimes if you're not sure, just wait for the higher low. The good thing about that is if it triggers, and it's going to trap you, it'll trigger and stop you out. But if it continues to push up and has a higher low, you rule out getting stopped out there. So that might be a better option. But it is kind of textbook. Well, so far. And also what I like is there is a little bit of support there. It's come down to there, nice. It is struggling. Let's have a look. Okay, so we're going to have to sit tight here. Let's have a look. Okay. Right to the nearest tick. Sat on the middle line of that, so I think what we're going to have to do is let it push up and wait for a higher low, but that measured move is played out, and it's a nice 2 legs down. Unfortunately, we've had a bit of a break, if indeed that channel is valid. If I brought it down to there, would that work? Yeah, kind of. Trouble is, you can continue to keep moving otherwise. What Osam's talking about is that So I'll be better off just leaving that. That's initially how I had it, and then I just dragged it over just for curiosity. But I think sometimes you're always best to assume we've had a break. You know, I used to do that a lot, just extend and extend and extend, and sooner or later you get caught out. I mean, if it breaks in, it continues to go up, pulls back, and continues to go up. Then, you know, obviously opening up a bit. But let's have a look. It's just getting a bit unpredictable. I'd like to think we're going to break these highs, but who knows? But what I like to do is, if that finishes bullish, let it chance to trigger and see if it comes and stops it out. If it does go up high or low, I think would be a better option. Two perfect measured legs down. This is looking so far so good. It needs to end up bullish, or at least finish close to its highs, and then we'll allow it to trigger and then see what happens. Okay, bullish-ish. It's not perfect, but let's see. I'd like to see what happens if it triggers. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. Push up, leg down. Okay, I'm just going to make a quick cup of tea. Just put my little back in 5 minutes, so I'll leave that with you there just for 5 minutes. 3 to 5 minutes, I'll make a quick cup of tea and I'll get a bit dry and I'll come back. Okay. What are we doing here? So that's a possibility. So if you took that second entry long, I'll get rid of this if that comes down. Excuse me. Looks like it's going to try and stop that out. Channel break new high. Yeah, it's going to do that, isn't it? So let's get rid of that. So break new high, leg, maybe a leg down here. No, you're right there, bud. You're right. So I think that's unlikely to happen now. Let's see. I mean, there is a possibility of a leg and a leg and a push up. It's a possibility. So let's leave that like that. Just draw that like that. Just in case. So there is a possibility. Leg and a leg. And obviously if we start to push up, we can get above here again. And maybe. Yeah, I've got 4, mate. 4, 2 above me, 2 in front of me. I've got 4. I've got 3 24-inch monitors and 1 27-inch one, which I'm trading on here. It looks a lot more glamorous than it really is. I'm stuck in the corner of the room. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah, look. No, I'm 23. I've got 320. It'd be bloody massive if they're 43. Or have you got a 43? Let me see if I can show you. I mean, more. Oh, yeah, I got you. So you've just sort of split it up, haven't you? Yeah. Let me have a look. See if I can show you. Okay, right down to that measured leg. Superb. Pleased about that. In fact, I can reduce that. That's it. Perfect. Bang on. So, now, 2 legs of correction. Now, are we going to go up? I think we could do. I have to keep an eye on this. I don't know, actually. It's come quite a way, really. I mean, if it does turn up there, well, it's a bit shallow, isn't it? I have to just keep an eye on that. Okay. This is coming down, I think. Okay, so... you think the volume's increased, is it? God, I see what you mean there. Sorry, mate. I've just had a moment for volume. I'm looking at my mic going, I haven't touched nothing. Oh, silly me, eh? I'm definitely losing my marbles. I was just looking around thinking I haven't adjusted my mic. Okay. There are, that's my setup there, oh some. Not the best quality, I got to say, but so yeah, 3 24-inch monitors and 1 27, I think. So there you go. A bit blurry, a bit dusty, but there you go. There's me. Trouble is, when you start streaming, you need them. There's the that's OBS, that's YouTube. I think the Ninja Trader, Replicanto. There's the Tick Chart. There was the Discord, and that's what I'm sort of trading on. So yeah, it looks the business. Looks like well, my wife thinks I'm controlling the country. But you can have all the monitors in the world. If you can't use them, they're no good. But yeah, it's okay. I've had them for a while, actually. When I first started trading, I had a MacBook Pro, which I had Windows installed on. And that's when I started trading. And then obviously, I bought one chart, and sorry, a screen. But I started with currency, so you need screens with currency because you got multiple currency pairs. You got different time frames, and I just found out I had stuff stacked all over them. So when I came to this, it was refreshing, really, to just look at one chart all day. So much better. But they're not expensive monitors. I think they were about £120, £130 each. I think the bigger one was about 180, so they're not a lot. They don't cost a lot. I used to have, well, they all used to be the same size, but I think I accidentally punched one of them 4 times and threw it out the window maybe a year and a half ago. But I ended up buying the bigger screen, so perhaps it was meant to be. What I'd like is just two of the ultra-wide ones and keep everything on there. I like those slightly curved ultra-wide ones. But I've got to start earning some decent money before I buy them. I think the next computer I get will be a laptop. I like the idea of using a laptop and plugging everything, because at least you're mobile then if you ever need to be. At the moment, I got a desktop unit which I built about 18 months ago. So if you ever get the chance to build a computer, great fun. Nice challenge, I enjoyed it. So what are we doing here? Is there a bit of a range? I'm not so sure. It is going a bit sideways. So that's a possibility. We've got a touch there, 2 touches there, 2 there. I'm not sure. I'm just wondering whether we are losing a bit of momentum. It's hard to say at the moment. Where's me? Let's get a 10,000 tick chart going. See if we can get a better picture. Yes, on the 10,000 tick chart, it kind of fits there. I mean, touch. It fits really nice on there, actually, in all fairness, so this could be a break. We'll see if it bounces here and then get a push up. It's hard to say, but we pushed up, it looks like a couple of legs, and then up. There's no guarantees. But yeah, 1 leg, 2 leg. It's hard to say, really, but it does fit nicer. But after this, who knows? Oh. So, let's see what goes on. Let me have a look. You sent your photo, didn't you? So look. So you go for a lot of points, oh, some, don't you? Wow. Fair dues. You make some good money, mate. You really do. Yeah, you make some good money, mate. Yeah, you don't bother scalping so much, do you? You go for more points. I don't blame you. Ultimately, that's where I'd like to be. Going for more points. Yeah. So you got up here, didn't you? Did you get up here? What was up here? It was up here, I think, wasn't it? So yeah, if you're good at reading these charts, you can make a fortune, can't you? Oh, yeah, nice. Nice. Oh, and you got me on there as well. Special days like this, there is zero reason to be scalping for small money. If you've got small balls like me, mate, you if you ignore choppy small 4-point ranges, Mac is absolutely wrong in my opinion about only going for. Yeah, I don't go for 40. I mean, to be honest with you there, mate, the plan was to go for about 50 points, but I lost my bottle. No, to be honest with you, mate, I have my profit and loss set for, well, I mean, the stop loss is sort of irrelevant. I put that there, but generally I like to get 3 points. That's what I like to get, but I like to get a minimum of 2. To be honest with you, I ummed and ahed about that trade because of going into the highs. I thought there was a good chance of it going up, and it did. But once I got into it, I started thinking, I'm just not comfortable here. So I got out for, I think I got a tick there, a couple of ticks, 2 ticks, I think there. And that one, it started going slow. And in the end, I got out just for a point. But in all fairness, I like to get 3 points. I used to, let's have a look. Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. Absolutely. No, I want to go for more points. I do. Absolutely. That's the plan. So, and you know, once you, I mean, for instance, if you took that failure, you know, bring it down to there, bring it down to here, then here, and just follow it down. Ideally, that's what I want to do. But I suppose as your confidence gets better, and not only that, mate, for me, once my account size gets to a comfortable level, you know, let's say, I mean, at the moment, there's just over $1,700 in there. If I got 3 or 4 PA accounts with 5,000 or 6,000 in, and I'm only trading a contract, you know, I'll let things like that go a bit, and then maybe just follow them up. For instance, if I'd have taken that one and just sort of followed it up to the next swing, do you know what I mean? Maybe there or something. Maybe if I'd have taken that failure, there was a failure there. So if I just take it sort of from there and then to the next swing, I'd be here at the moment. So I'd have guaranteed myself, about to get stopped out, but guaranteed myself 5 points. I mean, if you can get 5 points on a trade, you know, I'm pleased as punch with that. And that one there, if I'd have held on to there a bit and maybe just took it up to there, or when those finished, I mean, to be honest with you, once it's getting close to the top, I'd probably want to be out there for 4 points, but 4 points is good. You know, obviously you can see where it's sort of respecting it, so, you know, you want to be getting out up here, but at the moment, see, possible second entry short. It's a bit wicky, though. I don't like that. That's got me into trouble before. Let's see what happens. But yeah, once I get these account balances up a little bit, then I'll sit tight a bit longer. You know, I mean, if you're going out betting, you know, £50 on a horse race and you got 10 grand in your pocket, you're not worried about losing it. But if you got £100 in your pocket, then, you know, there's a little bit more, you know. As you said, 90% of trades go for 2 or 3 points. Yeah, absolutely. Seems like many people still haven't woken up yet. I'll tell you something, mate. I'll tell you something. I worked out once that 80% of my trades went for 6 points or more. 80% of the winning trades. And also, I had a piece of paper around here. I went through Mac's trades over the space of about a week or a week and a half. And I marked 105 trades that he marked. 107 trades, and 105 of them went for 2 points or more. So it's a no-brainer for me. You know, when I used to scalp for a point, and then I went through, when Daniel used to post his charts daily in the Facebook group, and I went through his charts for 2 weeks, and I think I counted 35 trades, and every single one of them went for over 2 points. It's a no-brainer. Going from one contract to two, you're going up 50%. You only need to get sort of 2 in 3, right? You know, but there's like a 98% chance of getting over 2 points. So for me, 2 points has to be the starting. It has to be. If you're going from 1 point to 2, you've got 50% more profit. So if you get 2 points in every twice in every 3 trades, you're making money. But you know, you're talking getting about 70% right. But in all reality, it's about 98% make it for 2. Now, bearing in mind, if it's a crap trade, it's not even going to get a point. But for me, it's a no-brainer. It has to be 2 points. Now, on the odd occasion where it starts going sideways and market's been a bit finicky, yeah, I lose me bottle. But if you look at both of those trades, both of them went for over 4 points. But that went for 5.25. That one went for, I took it there as a limit order. In fact, it carried on going. So that went for 6.75, 6.5, say. So, you know, if you took, like I say, 5 odd, 6 odd, both trades, you know, even if you take 3 points or 4, but in all honesty, I like to get 3 points, and if I feel like it's going to get it, I'll take the 3 points. I like to get 1-to-1 really, or minimum. But like I say, as my bank balance increases, you'll just be a bit more relaxed in a trade, won't you? And you'll let it go a bit. And yeah, you're going to lose the odd. You probably lose 1 or 2 more, but in all fairness, I think you'll make more money. And reducing it from 1 to 2 contracts, I think I'll make more money than in 2, because I used to lose my confidence all the time with 2. But with 1, you're not risking as much, so you know, you don't mind letting it go a bit. So yeah. Why are people getting risk 4 points? Yeah, I mean, I've got to say, I was watching young, what's his name? Moo, and he's still scalping for a point. But then he took a risk the other day and lost 4 points. So I don't see the point in trying to get 1 point while you're risking 4. It makes no sense to me. Now, Mac taught us, when Mac started teaching this, you could almost guarantee a tick above, tick below, your bar would be a maximum of 2 point risk. Then I get it. You know, I think fair enough. But what I think people are forgetting is, as the bars are getting bigger, your risk gets bigger. And if your risks get bigger because the bars are getting bigger, you have to move your profit. You can't say the risk got bigger, that, you know, the risky bars are getting bigger, but the profit bars aren't. It makes no sense. So no, you've got to go for 2 points, in my opinion. I get if you move from 1 point to 6 ticks initially, just, you know, because it's a bit different. You might be in a trade longer, and I did, if I remember rightly. I think I went up to, you know, to 6 ticks for a bit, and then just decided, you know, nearly all of them, 98% of them were making 2 points. And I think Thomas Wade got me thinking about that as well. I wanted to see someone else do it. And he goes between 6 ticks, 6 and 10, doesn't he? Risky, that one. I'd like to see a lower high. But there is a possibility of a leg and a leg down. We could come back at some point. I've got to say, from here, we've tried to go higher, we've tried to go higher, and we're struggling. So I'd like to see, it is a second entry. It does look like 2 legs, but I just don't like the way, well, this is. I think I'd like to see a lower high. Yeah, you've got to go for 2 points. It was like talking chat with someone else in the the other day. Yeah, he does, yeah. You'll always see me either go for 2 points or 10 ticks. But what I will say is, if we've got a beautiful trend up here, and we're in an uptrend, and we get 2 beautiful legs down and a higher low, on those occasions, I will drag my profit up and just try and squeeze as much as I can. But yeah, I think the starting point for me is 2 points. Excuse the pun. But, you know, I just don't see why Moo risks 4 points in some cases to make 1. I mean, you've got to have about a 90% win rate to make any money, haven't you? You know, I get it when Mac does it, because Mac, you know, he's very good chart reader. and he will have a very high win rate, and he makes the majority of his money on his runners. So unfortunately, trading 1 or 2 contracts, it doesn't put you in the right risk area for runners, really. I think I've heard Max say you need 4 contracts. You need to, only risk 25% on a runner, which means really you want to be looking at 4 contracts. Obviously, I haven't got the luxury of being able to afford to, but Mac doing it, he's always done it. He's a professional at it. It works for him. I got no problem with that. It's individual, but I think in nowadays and age, with the size of the bars, I mean, they're pretty small today, but with the size of the bars, the risk bigger, your profit has to be. It goes without saying. Okay, so still not sure about that. We'll have to keep a look at. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Mac's an expert really in these markets. He's been trading them for over 25 years. So he will know where to hold his runners, and absolutely he'll make more money on his runners. So I suppose if you look at his 1 point scalp is his basic wage, isn't it? And then his runners are his bonus, and obviously he earns more on his bonus. So I get that. At his level, he's been doing it years. Why change? He does well out of it. There's no point in changing. And I know even people like Marco and Daniel, who were sort of very strict about following, sticking to the rules. I know they go for 6 ticks now. And, I don't think it'll be long before they're... Because you can't help notice. If I take a trade here and it comes all the way down to here and you take a tiny part, you can't help notice that. It's in your head. And at some point, you're going to start thinking, hold on a minute, let me just work this out. How much am I potentially losing? Okay, so what's this looking like? The EMA is holding the price. I think if we can tick above there and maybe come down, we'll see. I'd like to see a leg and a leg, but I'd like to see it moving first before I think about taking anything. But what I will say, still looking on the 10,000 tick chart, it still could possibly go up. But what I will say is it's trying to go higher. It's trying to go higher. So I think at some point after this big move, I think there's a fair chance we could get grab a little bit of it back. Join the micro trends. We'll keep. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes I concentrate too much on the bigger stuff rather than thinking about the smaller stuff. That I'm fine with. Tick, touch, it fits perfect there, and then it just drops. But yeah. Sometimes I don't. I mean, I can see there's a little micro trend there. We've got to break in a new high. I don't always do it. If it's a short one, you can see what's going on, can't you? A little sort of micro trend there, break new high. But there's a push up there and then another one, so we'll see. I look at the big ones that I can... Yeah, absolutely. You've definitely got to be aware of the big ones, because if you're focusing on this and it comes down to here and you're thinking, oh, I'll go short there, and what you didn't realise is there's resistance right the way... I've done it myself. There's resistance right the way along there and you forget. Let's see, one good one, a smaller pitch I'll take. Yeah, it's about having lots of strings to your bow, isn't it? The more sort of, the more sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, the more different trades and different setups you got, the better really. You can fit different situations, can't you? There are certain setups that I like more than others. I do love when you get a nice channel, you get 2 perfect measured legs down, a bullish bar, and then a really good higher low. The chance of us getting a second leg then is really high, so I love them. Leg down, a couple of attempts to go higher, bearish, I love them. We don't often see sort of, we thought we might get one there, sort of typical, sort of like a classic second entry long, leg down, everything fitting beautiful. We don't see as many of them. I'm playing the DT with the overshoot at the bottom, the downtrend. Well, the reason I'm not doing that is because it could fit in multiple. Let's So it could fit multiple places. So is it there? Is it there? Or is it there? Do you know what I mean? It could fit multiple places. So, yeah, I'm not sure about that. You could have it there, and you could say it's an overshoot and comes back, but it's, you know, I like to keep both options open. I think it can go up or down. Usually, I won't take that first one. I'll wait for the lower high because I like to give it the option to trap. So if that comes bearish, I like it to trigger. Then we've got the failure then, the failed second entry short. And then if it goes up, it was meant to go up. If it continues down, I like to take the lower high. That's why Mac needs to do bar by bar. Yeah, what I'd like Mac to do is at the end of the day, go, okay, that trade I would have taken, that trade I would have taken, and that trade I would have taken. The rest I would have left. I'd just like to know, you know, out of the 20 high probability trades he marks, which are those ones that he thinks are the best of the bunch. Because he'll mark 15 of those. There's clearly not 15 high probability trades, and if there was, he would take them, wouldn't he? I mean, if they're genuine high probability trades, which means they're going to work 95, 98% of the time, you'd be daft not to take them, wouldn't you? So I'd like him just to... I get why he doesn't show us his trades, because, you know, as you develop a trade, you get your own style of doing it. So he'll probably take trades that don't necessarily follow his rules, because he can. He knows how to read these charts inside and out. And if you see a pattern that happens again and again, you're going to start taking it at some point. And you know, when you've been trading as long as Mac, you know, he'll see setups that he'll just know that are going to work, and he'll take a trade, but it might not necessarily follow the rules. But he has to have some sort of a set format to teach us. And then obviously then as your skills progress, you know, you'll develop your own style and your own ways of doing things. So what is going on here? Is this a leg up? One attempt to go lower, a second attempt to go lower, and now push up? See, what I will say is I do notice it is progressively, sometimes it just locks in longs, doesn't it? And then wham. So leg and a leg. So I just want to know that there is possibly something stopping that. Let's see. Different personalities, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I can already understand that. Some days, Mark, it's so predictable. It's just so easy. Other days, it's bouncing all over the place. It's like being out with a complete stranger, isn't it? So, hence the multiple personalities. But sometimes they just work. They're easy to understand, and other times things just... What I will say is that really looks like a... what are these words? It's... I don't really draw them, but what I will say is that, what do they call those? Is it likely to break down or up with that? I can't remember how these patterns work. What's it called? Something wedge? I don't know. You need to crypto guys in. Something wedge. I can't remember now. I watched that video we're talking about this morning. Withdrawing 100,000. Yeah. What do you know about this sniper trading? It looks complicated. There's a lot of stuff on the screen. My only gripe with it, Robin, is you can try it for a month for free. Then you pay $1 for your second month, and then it's $250 per month every month for the rest of the time you're using it. That's a lot of money. If you're going to learn a new strategy, it could take you 6-12 months. You'd be paying $250 all that time per month. And obviously there's no guarantees you're going to be able to be a trader at the end of it, you know. So I think it's a lot of money, really. Mac charges $125 per year. They charge $225 a month. Not only that, my concern is they own the system. So, you know, if you leave Apex, you can't trade it. They own the system. So that's another thing that makes me nervous. If you ever have a fallout with Apex or there's any other issues, you know, that's their own setup. That's been designed by him himself. So that's the bit that concerns me. I can walk away from Apex tomorrow and trade this as normal, but I don't like the fact that they own everything. What you see, and it's been designed by Darren Martin, and that's my issue. If you walk away, will they let you use it? Can't say that. It's going to continue to pay $255 for the rest of your life. So that's the bit that concerns me. But don't take my word for it. You know, speak to maybe some other people that use it on, you know, some of the forums. But as far as I'm concerned, it's just like every other strategy. It's, you know, it's this, in my opinion, works, and it works well. So, what do they call this? Is something wedge? Not a falling wedge, I don't know. I don't know whether these tend to break out towards the top, do they, or I don't know. Head and shoulders. Mate, if your head and shoulders look like that, I'd say you need some you need some physio. Have a look. So you're not about that being your head. You're talking about a upside down head and, I don't know, I can't think. I don't know how you guys see these things. Head and shoulders. See if that was the head, there's the shoulders. I don't know what's going. That's the one arm, that's the other arm, so I don't know. You see, I've seen this before. I can't think what it's called. It's not as they call it when something's coming down. Descending wedge. They call that a descending wedge. The trouble is, it depends what happens. It may continue to do that until it gets towards here, and then I can't remember where they break out. After that push up, I don't know. It's the answer. I'm just waffling. Okay, let's see what happens here. Yeah, so I think you're right about the overshoot, which is pushed up. I mean, it might be the fact that it's just come down to this level where it's pushing, but I don't know. In fact, generally, I always like to assume it as an overshoot, so I'm not necessarily thinking about going short. Yeah, and there's going to be some stops there, isn't there? Quite probably here. Yeah. Second entry long on the 15 minutes. It's looking strong. Second entry long. Have a look. Let me have a look. Minutes. 15 minutes. I don't think I've ever used the 15 minutes. Second entry long. Okay, that would have been down here, wouldn't it? See, that's the 15 minutes. Are you on the Nasdaq? Are you? Or are you on the ES? You're on about there. Leg. Let's have a look. There. Yes, yeah, okay. So you're on about that one there, yeah. Leg, yeah. 21 a.m. Yeah, this is the 15 minutes, isn't it? Yeah. Probably new high coming. Yeah, I think there's a good chance of that. Obviously, we're struggling here at the moment. We need to get above this. So I don't know how these descending, ascending, isn't it? I don't know. These descending wedges usually break out top or bottom. Me no sure. Oh, it's a slow day today, ain't it? I'm surprised I've kept my eyes open with no coffee. Ooh, promising. Yeah, I still don't like this price action, I gotta say. It's up, down, It might have to be knock it on the head from that. Yeah, I'm going to finish now. This is boring the arse off me. I'm enjoying the chat, but the price action's just, I don't know, it's not very clear, is it? We're going up, we're going down. So, like, I don't really want to get into anything here. To be honest with you, I'm quite tired. Sometimes when you get a bit tired, you probably do yourself more on than good. Let's have a look. Yeah, I don't know. It could go up. It could go. Yeah, I'm going to knock on the head for the day, actually. I need my beauty sleep ready for tomorrow. So, there we go. I came back for, another 2 hours. So I did about an hour and 30, hour and 45 minutes. I think they fooled us. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, to be fair, mate. It could go up. It could come down. It's hard to say at the moment. When it's like this, it's just boring, isn't it? So I've got a grand total of 0.75 today. Whoopee. At the end of the day, it's green. I don't mind. Some days you get a good day. Some days you get a... at the end of the day, green's green. Some green's bigger than others. But I'll take that. I'm happy enough. It's 0.5. That'll do. 0.5's okay. So that's me done for today. Done in 2 sessions today. I had some family stuff I had to take care of. So I'm going to go downstairs, pour myself a nice glass of single malt. And count my $75. So have a great evening, folks. All right, I'll be back here same time tomorrow. So take it easy, stay safe, and we will chat tomorrow. Bye for now.